Howdee-haie guys, so today, seeing as it's the 31st of January, I'm not sure if that's going to be the date that this is actually up, but yeah, seeing as today is that day, it's pretty much the end of January, I'm going to do my reading book challenge wrap up for January. Yeah, these books are all the ones I've read that are contributing to my Goodreads reading challenge. I think it's 26 books I want to get out of the way all in all. It doesn't seem like a large amount, but because I only really have done this challenge once, I didn't want to overextend my limit, if that makes sense. And excuse the mess on my bed and probably in the background, I just came in and just chucked everything down because I just could not be bothered and I wanted to get this video done. I have read a total of 9 books this month. Some of them aren't really books, but yeah, and I've started The Fault in Our Stars last night and I'm absolutely loving it at the moment. So yeah, this is the order of which I read first and which I finished first or whatever. So yeah, the first one is the Adventure Time Mathematical #1 edition, volume 1. Basically, it's really cool and it's got some really awesome pictures and stuff, but I think it mixes a few of the comics together. I'm not sure exactly how this is different, maybe it's just because it's a hardcover, but one of the comics inside it is the same as what I've actually got in comic form, but I really loved this. By the way, if any of you want a more detailed review, you can check out my Goodreads channel. Again, that's linked below in all my sort of book talk videos. But yeah, the second book I finished is What Does the Fox Say by Svein Nias, and obviously it's from the YouTube sensation What Does the Fox Say by Evis, I don't know how to say it. Again, really cool pictures, absolutely amazing illustrations. It's quite funny, you know, you could just sing along and mess around. But at the end, it's really weird because it doesn't follow the song exactly. It's like, and then the fox said, so yeah, it's a bit weird, a bit different from the actual song, but again, a really fun read. The next one I read is a manga called Alice in the Country of Hearts, Volume 2. I've got a more detailed review on my channel, so I'll link that below, and also I think it's quite a brief review, but it's on my Goodreads again. That whole profile thing will be down below. Yeah, really good, I enjoyed it. The character development was more better than the first one. There's some new characters, again, really good illustration. So the fourth book I read was also a manga and it's called Spice and Wolf. This is a kind of reread, but not like a couple of years ago I borrowed it from the library and then Chloe bought this for I think my birthday last year. I've only just managed to read it now because I had other books to get out of the way first and stuff. So yeah, this is volume 1. It's about a wolf sort of goddess thing called Hallow, and she's like the goddess of the harvest and stuff like that in this town, and she escapes and meets this guy, this merchant called Craft Lawrence, and they just go on like this adventure kind of thing, sort of teaching her the ways of merchantry. The fifth book I finished is You by Austin Grossman. I'm struggling. I really want to enjoy it, but there were so many references I didn't understand, and he kind of speaks to his game characters. I didn't know if he was dreaming or if he actually saw them or if it was in the game, and I was just really confused. I feel like I need to do a bit of research on retro games and reread it again, and hopefully that will make more sense. So any of you that are interested in retro gaming, all that cool stuff, the development of games, sort of the design work, the graphics and all that, this is pretty cool because it follows the story of this group who sort of does that kind of thing. Next book was another manga called Bakuman, and it's about these 2 young kids who want to become manga creators and they're following their dream and stuff, and it's pretty cool. He takes up the footsteps of his uncle that passed away, who is also a manga artist, and that's great stuff. The next book was 13 Reasons Why by J. Asher, and it's about this girl who died and before she died, she sent all these tapes to 13 people that affected her suicide in a way, and so they can learn from the errors of their ways and blah blah blah. It's kind of like a bit of blackmailing because if they don't pass it on, bad things will happen or something, but it's not ghosty. I was kind of worried to read this because I thought it was going to be more on the ghost side of things. It wasn't, so I was great. It was more like a more realistic book, but the girl in the tapes, what's her name? I can't remember what her name, that committed suicide annoyed me a little bit because I felt like some of her reasonings were very whiny and she just wanted someone to blame. That got my nerves a bit, but taking that aside, it was a really good book. The second to last one, Heroes of Olympus, The House of Hades. I think this is the 4th in the Heroes of Olympus series. Oh my god, it's absolutely amazing. Now I really need to go and watch the discussion that Catty-tastic, Polar and Books, I don't know how to say the names, like there are a lot of booktubers have done like a discussion video, and I really want to watch it now. Really great. They're travelling to try and defeat Gaia, the Earth goddess, and Percy and Annabeth are needing to close the doors on the Death Side, and oh, it's really great fun. Awesome. And the last book's kind of like a little collection edition thing. Heroes of Olympus, the Demigod Diaries, almost said files. Really cool. It's got 3 little stories inside, which are really cool because you get to know certain characters a bit better. There's one about Luke Castellian. I don't know how to say his last name, I think that's how you say it. And you kind of get an insight of what he was like before he turned into like an evil Cronus devil person. So it's really cool because then you can sympathise with the characters more, even though they were evil at a time. It also debuts Rick Riordan's son's book called The Son of Magic. I'm not too sure what to think on his little novel. It's got an interesting writing style. It's kind of similar to Riordan's, but I feel like it's advanced writing, like it's more, I don't know, it feels a bit more grown up, more sophisticated, like it's not aimed at children. So, I don't know, the characters I don't really bond with that much, but it was just like a draft kind of first chapter thing, so if any more comes out, I'll probably read it because I am curious and it's interesting. But yeah, these were all the books that I read in January for my challenge, and that's it. Bye!